Now listen, y'all. Listen up, okay? Because you cannot surround yourself with negativity. Like, it will bring you down. There's no such thing as, oh, greater is he that's in me, and I could be around negativity. Like, I'm strong enough. I got this. Listen, don't play with the Father's word like that. Do not play with the Father's word like that, okay? Because if you surrounded yourself with negativity, it's only a matter of time before that negativity is going to overcome you. That is like a zebra surrounded by a bunch of lions. What you think is going to happen eventually? You think the zebra's going to become the lions? Huh? No. The zebra's going to get eaten, okay? Eventually, if not right away. Today is March 2nd, 2022, and it is 6:30 p.m. This is a word that the Father gave to me earlier, I would say around noon. And initially I had this conversation with one of my good friends, and it was just like a passing conversation. And then I would say not even an hour later, another friend called me, and we was just talking about something like totally unrelated. And she just like went into this whole tangent about not surrounding yourself with negative people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was just on the phone with my other friend. We was just talking about the same thing. And I was just telling her, you cannot surround yourself with negative people. And so in that moment, I knew that this was a word that the Father wanted me to bring forward, because that quick he confirmed that thing. It was like, listen, you guys to hop up on, and you guys to let my children know. Because I think a lot of people have the misconception that they can be hanging around Paul who's robbing, that they could be hanging around Tom who's doing drugs, that they could be hanging around Sally who is prostituting, that they can be hanging around Shushu who's gossiping, that they could be hanging around with Beatrice who just can't seem to get her life together, and all she wants to do is sit in a house and have a pity party and whoa, why me? Okay? And you think that you can somehow, some way continue to be surrounded by all of this big ball of negativity, and that you are going to remain righteous, that you are going to remain whole, that you are going to remain complete, that you are going to remain in a position to where you hear from the Father and you hear from him clearly. And he says, it is not so, my son. It is not so, my daughter. In fact, get far away from them very people. Get far away from it. And I'm not saying don't, because we know that the Father has equipped us, right, to bring light into dark situations. And I'm not, please don't get my words misconstrued, because I'm not saying don't have anything to do with people who are negative. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is don't surround yourself, right, with those people. Don't get caught up in a life of those people. Don't make hanging around these people all you do. Like, it's one thing to have a friend, and this friend could be negative or whatever. Let's use a different example. Say you have had a previous addiction, right? Whatever drug, I don't know, okay? But say you have had a previous addiction with whatever drug, and you have this one friend or friends, okay? It could be one or many friends that do this drug of choice that you once upon a time had. Now, you done overcame that addiction, and you done got your life together. You done changed, and you done turned things around, and now you starting to see better days, right? And then you start to get so full of yourself because you've been sober for a good 15 years, okay? And I'm even putting a long span on this. So you might have been sober for a good 15 long years, right? And you still got these friends though, right? You've been really kind of keeping your distance. You haven't really been entertaining them, because you know that once upon a time you had it in your mind that I can't be around these people because I know the things they're doing, which is negative. And I know that that's not what I want for my life, because I know if I'm around these people, it's going to bring me down, right? It's going to compromise my sobriety. So in order to not even jeopardize all that I've worked for, I'm just not going to associate myself with those friends, right? So you kind of like give yourself this long space between you and these friends who is still indulging in what you choose not to indulge in, right? And so now it's been a good 15 years. You've been sober. Your life is going good. Like you on your high horse. You done conquered the world. You just feeling really good about things, right? Feeling so good about things that you think that you can go and put yourself back in that situation and go and hang around these friends again, because you've been sober 15 years. Who's going to tell you? Who is going to tell you you're going to relapse? I've been sober 15 years. Anybody about to tell me I'm going to relapse? I got this thing. Okay, if I've been sober for 15 years, there's no way, no how that these people is going to take me down. I'm going to hang around these people because I got this addiction all under control now. I got to figure it out. Okay, I've been sober 15 years and I got this thing figured out. And so you make a conscious decision to start hanging around these people again. And so things is going great, in the beginning, and you hanging out with them, and they may even still be indulging in whatever drug of choice, and you standing strong in this thing, right? You like, listen, y'all my friends, y'all my homies. Like, just because y'all doing it don't mean I got to do it. I'm good. I can sit here and sip my water. I'm good. I don't need that. I've been sober 15 years. I'm trying to show y'all how to be sober, in fact, because I know I got this figured out. Right? And so time goes on, and now it's been a couple of months, and now, your conscience is starting to play on you a little bit, and you're starting to get them cravings back again that you never thought you would. And you like, well, I did have a stressful day. Like, life kind of been stressing me out. Like, I've been kind of going through it. My husband's not acting right. My wife's not acting right. That business deal didn't go the way that I planned, and all the negative things that you've been going through in your life, that you've been going through, okay? Going through, but not allowing it to bring you down. But you just been going through these things, right? So now all of these negative things that you've been going through is starting to like play in the back of your mind. Now it's starting to come to the forefront, right? As if it's been like this big drawn out issue. Right? So now you start to play in your mind all of these things that you've have had to endure, and you just start to convince yourself you stressed out by these things, right? And so before you even know it, you is spiraling downhill within your thought process. And mind you, you didn't even touch the drug yet. You haven't even gotten to the point of relapse yet. Okay? You're playing this you got this word play going on in your head. And so, it's only a matter of time before you're convincing yourself that, you know what, they having a good time. Look at them. They over there, and they comfortable, they peaceful, they tuned out of life. They ain't got to worry about none of this that I'm going through. They ain't got to deal with reality. They done checked out, Maybe it wouldn't hurt if I just, do it one time. It's been 15 years. I got this. One time ain't gonna hurt. One indulgent moment ain't gonna hurt. I'll do it this one time and that's it. I promise I'm not gonna do it again, but let me just do it this one time. Okay? Especially because I was at work today and I just really had a hard day. Wife, husband ain't acting right. We got into this big argument. The kids is like being disrespectful, and so I'm having a hard time with trying to reason with them in their older years, because they're not children anymore, but now they're entering into those teenage years, and we know those years is tough and stressful. So I got all of these stresses in life, and it's not gonna hurt for me to just cope with them stresses for one moment by doing this. But then you talk yourself out of it and you say, you know what, nope, I've been sober 15 years, I'm not gonna backslide, I'm not gonna fall victim to this. I'm out, y'all, see y'all later. And you leave. And then you find yourself, right, right back in the midst of the company of these people yet again. May it be a few days later or a few months later, but you find yourself in the company of these friends again. And now this one time is all it took and all she wrote. And you was back down that path, full-fledged in the middle of battling with addiction all over again. All because it took that one moment, that one thought for you to think you could surround yourself with those friends and that it wasn't going to overtake you. You thought that you was so big, that you were sober for so long that you would never fall to that addiction again. And yet here you are. Your life's falling apart. Your relationship, your marriage is on the brink of divorce. Your kids just lost all respect for you. You almost don't even have no job no more. You might as well say you like 2 seconds from being unemployed. And it's all because you thought that you could put yourself back in a situation that the Father took you out of and told you not to go into, but you thought you had it all figured out. You thought that, I know who I serve. I can put myself in that situation. I'm going to be good. But yet and still you was getting this warning telling you not to do it, and you did it anyway, and you fell. And not only did you fall, but you fell hard. And the reason why you fell so hard is because you never thought it would happen to you. You never thought you would find yourself in that situation again. You never thought you would be in that predicament again. You never thought that you would be facing yourself or looking yourself in the mirror and having to deal with the thought of addiction ever again in life. And so I give this story to paint a picture of what it looks like to surround yourself with negativity, thinking you got it all under control. The Messiah, was just the greatest thing in life, okay? If anybody had life figured out, he did. And even he himself had to pull away from the crowd because they were getting too demanding. They probably had a lot of negativity going on down there. He was dealing with this one talking crazy and that one talking crazy. And he was like, I got to retreat to the mountain somewhere. Like, I have got to get away from these people and get to myself because they pulling from me. They pulling my energy. They taking me down. They bringing me down. I got to get away from these people. So if even he had to come to a point of having to remove himself from negativity, what makes you think that you don't have to remove yourself from negativity? What makes you think you're so bigger than the Messiah that you can handle all this negativity and it's not going to affect you? That is insanity. That is insanity. And so the Father is sent me today to give this message, to speak to his children, and to let you know to get far from negativity. Do not surround yourself with that. Okay? Don't do it. Don't get caught up in that. Don't sit down on the couch and kick your feet up in the midst of negativity. Don't pull out some popcorn and turn on a movie in the midst of negativity. Don't get you a wine glass and pour you a glass of wine and have a jolly old time in the presence of negativity. Because I promise you, the moment that you think you can do that is the moment that you're going to fall, and the moment that you're going to become whatever negative circumstance it is that you're participating in. Whether it be gossip, it's only a matter of time before you start gossiping. Okay? Whether it be in the midst of someone having an argument in their relationship, it's only a matter of time before you're going to start arguing in your relationship. Whatever that negativity looks like, get away from it. And quick and fast and in a hurry. Mommy. I'm doing a video. Go out there, please. Thank you. I'll be done in a second. Okay. All right. Close the door, Amir. Go. And so whatever it is that, whatever negative circumstance or situation it is that you're dealing with, the Father is warning you that don't think that you're bigger than that. And don't use him as a scapegoat to say, let me have a party with this negativity, I'm going to be all right. Because no, you're not. You're not going to be all right. In fact, everything's going to be all wrong. Your spirit's going to be off. Your thought process is going to be off. You're not going to be able to hear from him the same. You're not going to be able to envision things the same. That promise that he gave you slowly is going to fade away. It's just going to seep through the palms of your hands. When you surround yourself with negativity, it's separating you from his goodness. It's separating you from his promise. And I don't think a lot of people realize the consequences of affiliating themselves with negativity. It will put you in a very dark place very quickly and you don't even realize it. And so when the Father puts you in a position to where you're very sensitive to the energies that surround you, you quickly pick up on negative forces, and, you know, naturally your spirit runs like, listen, we gotta go. They tearing up over here. It's time to go. Not sit here and watch. We gotta go. Your spirit will let you know. And if you allow your flesh to dictate and control the situation and you stay time and time again, it's gonna become you. It will. You can try it if you want. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. Who am I?
Can I get a water?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I don't even got the keys. Oh, yeah, there. You don't got to take my word for it. You can go ahead and try it for yourself. Sometimes people just got to learn for themselves. They can't take wisdom. They can't take words from the wise. They can't allow someone that's been in a situation to speak into them and to learn from the mistakes of others. Sometimes they have to go through it themselves. And if you're one of those people, by all means. But I surely can assure you that it's only a matter of time before you find that these words I'm speaking here now today on this channel is very real. So that's the message for today, for this moment that the Father's given me. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. And I will see y'all on the next video.